All right. We know it's playoff time, and now it's real deal. We're down to the final four, so we're here for the Kane and Ice preview of the championship game. So who's going to the Super Bowl? All right. So, Kane, how are you, man?
Oh, everything's good. Pretty good NFL weekend, man. We had some good games there, man. I was really
Yeah.
impressed with the weekend.
So let's review. Of course, the Atlanta Falcons pretty much rolled over Seattle, and you picked Atlanta. I picked
Yeah.
Seattle. So, I'm 0-1 so far. But, previous week I went 4-0.
Can't win them all. Can't win them all, bro.
You went 3-1 last week. So far this week I'm on 1. All right. So then the second game was Houston and New England. We both picked New England. New England won.
Mm-hmm.
So puts me at 1-1. You at 2-0. Then we go to Sunday, where the Dallas Cowboys hosted Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I'm sorry, Jared Cook and the Green Bay Packers.
Whoa. Blasphemy there. Blasphemy.
Hey, gotta get it. Props, baby.
That's the only way you gonna get them.
God. Anyway, you picked Dallas. I went with Aaron Rodgers and Jared Cook. I was correct.
Whoa, wait a minute. Stop saying this Jared Cook crap, man.
Thank you. Very odd-looking field goal to tie the game. I have no idea how that made it, but anyway, it did.
Hell, the one that won it was odd looking. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, that's true, but at least it looked like it had some lift and and then it kind of hooked. But the one that tied it was that thing.
That looked like a knuckleball.
Yeah, I don't know, that was anyway.
Drifted in on the batter. That's what it looked like, a knuckleball.
But he did his thing. So last game of the night, which actually was supposed to be the first game Sunday, got moved to the evening because of weather or at night. Pittsburgh Steelers, without scoring a touchdown, went into Kansas City and won.
Very impressive. Not scoring a touchdown. So
that means I went 3-1, and you went 2-2 on the weekend. I'm sorry. So, with that said, that means that I am 7-1 in the playoff picks, and you are, what is that? 5-3. So, since there are only a few games left, I'm going to declare myself the champion of the picks, the playoffs. Woo!
Is that plastic?
Don't worry about that. I plead the fifth, and that's an outlandish accusation you just made there. Okay, so I'll keep my championship here just to remind you of my genius. All right. So I actually had the privilege of watching the game at a Cowboy fan's house.
So, man, that must have been fun.
The pain. It was wonderful. Thank you, Jerry.
Oh man,
thank you. But anyway, and I had told him, and I told my people that I know who root for the Cowboys, earlier this season. I said, you know what? After halfway through the season, I said, the only thing that really screw y'all up is if you get too pass happy. If you just forget about running the ball and get too pass happy, that could screw up your formula. And I think the first half, that's what happened. They got too pass happy. Elliott didn't seem to touch the ball much in that first half, and they got way behind. And my second half featured Elliott a lot more. I don't think it's a surprise they came back after that.
Well, like I said, even though they were trying to get into a passing duel with Aaron Rodgers, which is just stupid, Aaron Rodgers was smoking hot, and the Green Bay offense was just hot in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I think Jason Garrett panicked and said, "Hey, let's chunk the ball too and try to keep up with them instead of running our offense." Like you said, they got pass happy. went away from Elliott, went away from what got them there, which is the offensive line,
Mm-hmm.
and tried to take themselves into a Green Bay kind of frame of mind, and it got away from them real quick. Now, with that being said, I knew they'd make a run in the second half because this is the playoffs. You're at home, and you got to stand up and fight back. So they went back, to what got them there. And we got into the fourth quarter, and they had a chance to win, but old bad man just made one too many plays for them. That last 7 minutes was something else to watch.
Yeah, the back and forth. Oh yeah, that was definitely high drama. And like I said, to see a couple of Cowboy fans in person, as they
man,
back, they think they're about to win, and should we think about going to Houston? Oh, slow down. Okay, like, this ain't over yet. You just tired.
I told y'all, man, they had the tickets booked. They had them hotels and tickets booked, and they was ready. And remember, I told y'all mid-season. I told you. I said, look, the Cowboys are going to roll. You're going to win the division. You're going to be a 1 or 2 seed. But I said, I guarantee you, when you get into the playoffs, something's going to happen. I said, either youth is going to choke, or Jason Garrett's going to go back to being pass happy and start running the ball, and y'all are going to lose. I said, you're not going to the Super Bowl. You're going to lose. And I said, just because y'all been hot and thumping your chest all season, it's going to hurt that much more when y'all lose. And, man, it couldn't have come any more hurting than how it happened at the end of that game.
Yeah, well, at least now we don't have to hear any more about, Dez caught it. That should have been a kid. Okay? Jared Cook came to Dallas and beat you behinds, okay?
Come on, man.
Deal with it. Bam. Aaron Rodgers, give me a discount double check or whatever it is he does. But anyway, all right, let's get to this week's games. All right, so we got the Atlanta Falcons hosting Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers for the NFC Championship. And, I really think, don't get wrong, obviously Atlanta has some great players, but I think for the most part, they've kind of flown under the radar,
Yeah.
And now they're on verge of Super Bowl. And, of course, you got New England. No surprise, right?
No surprise there.
Who we know has a lot of firepower. So let's go to NFC first. What do you think will be the keys to the NFC Championship game?
Unfortunately, I think Atlanta needs to control the ball to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field as much as possible. But Atlanta's a high strike offense, a quick strike offense. They move the ball fast, they strike fast.
And they attack.
Yeah, they're a big play offense this year. They attack the ball down the field. I don't think there's a team in the league that attacks down the field as much as Atlanta does. With big plays, big scoring plays, and big drives. So they need to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, I think. Atlanta needs to get out ahead and force Green Bay to be one-dimensional, although that one dimension is great. Anytime you can make Green Bay hurry up is a good thing. You got to rush Aaron Rodgers, and even though it's hard to get a hold of him, the Cowboys, they did get a hold of him here once in a while with some rushes in that second half. Granted, Atlanta's isn't that good as rushing the ball as the Falcons are, but they need to get after Rodgers and put some pressure on him. Because if you let him sit back there, you're in for a shootout because Aaron Rodgers can match Atlanta's offense by himself. So it's going to be up to one of those defenses to step up and make a couple of plays somewhere.
I think Atlanta can rush the passer better than Dallas. And one thing I noticed was Aaron Rodgers didn't sense when the blitz was coming. Now, it didn't seem like Dallas didn't really blitz much, but in the second half when they did blitz, it worked because Aaron Rodgers seemed so unconcerned about their pass rush that, they got to him and he didn't even feel it coming kind of thing, So, and of course, Atlanta does have what's the dude from Clemson?
I know you're talking about the defensive end. I can't call his name right.
The guy, he had 15 and a half sacks this season or whatever. So, that can make a huge difference, right? When you have somebody who can rush the passer that you got to account for in every play. because then it makes it easier on the other guys. And Atlanta's defense isn't great, but I tell you what, against Seattle, they look fast and they look physical. You know what I mean?
Seattle, man.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like a lot. If you can stop those yards after the catch and gang tackling, that kind of thing, I mean, that makes a difference throughout a game. It may not make a difference on this particular player, this particular series, but throughout a whole game, that tends to make a difference. So I was impressed with just how physical and intense they played on defense. So like I said, I'm saying they're great or world beaters on defense by any means, but definitely definitely great. And Beasley, that's the guy I'm thinking about, Vic Beasley.
Yeah.
I think he's obviously a better pass rusher than anybody on Dallas's team. And also I think with Atlanta, having the two backs, and playing at home, I just can't see Green Bay holding them off, to be honest with you, because what Dallas showed me in the second half was when Dallas played their game and their formula, they won that second half.
They did.
Far behind, just took a field goal to knock them off. But so I'm going to go with Atlanta this week. I can't believe I'm picking Atlanta to get to the Super Bowl. But, so the Georgia Dome will close with the NFC Championship. Wow.
From you?
Hey, I just call it like I see it, Dirty Birds versus Cheeseheads,
Yeah, I'm in the same mold. This magic Green Bay's been on's got to stop sooner or later. I mean, they've been not sliding by, but Aaron Rodgers has just been bailing their butts out the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He'll stay on the streak. He'll stay on the streak. He'll keep them in the game. But in a shootout, Atlanta's just got too many weapons. I mean, you've got Julio, Coleman. You've got Freeman back there running the ball, Matt Ryan. Even their secondary wide receivers are having a good year. That offense is just ridiculous to stop. And Green Bay's missing, two members from its secondary. We don't know if Jordy Nelson's going to play. And then I saw
he did practice, but I saw Adams didn't practice.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And then Nelson didn't play.
Exactly.
He does play. How effective? He might not be 100%. Might be rusty.
Yeah, even if Jordy Nelson plays, I mean, with broken ribs, I mean, trust me, you can shoot him up, but trust me, you still feel him.
Oh yeah, and you're gonna think about that before you reach up. Plus, timing is so important. You know what I mean? Like, I think just rust, like running, being a little bit off on the routes, or because it's not like they're having to make decisions on the fly and have to be on the same page as the quarterback.
Yeah,
I think Atlanta wins.
Yeah, I'm in the same frame. I think Atlanta's got this. Like I said, I expect Rodgers to either keep him in it early or he'll make a run at them late, one of the two. But as much as it pays to say this, the Dirty Birds are probably they're going to the Super Bowl, unfortunately. And then I'm going to have to listen to a couple of miles for a couple of weeks. So.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, it's going to be rough.
But I will say you're getting smarter because you're picking the same teams I picked. Because anyway,
I'm gonna go opposite of you in the AFC just for spite.
All right, so let me tell everybody real quick about our friends at Seasons. All right, go to playseasons.com, get this hot new card game. All right, be one of the first people on the planet to get it. This will be worldwide, people. Okay. PlaySeasons.com, a family card game, good for anybody 7 years old and up. Bible-based. You're going to love it. You're going to learn a lot and have a lot of good family fun while learning some wholesome things through this game. All right, so go to PlaySeasons.com. This is invented by another Winter Beagle. So we always got love for the woo. All right. So let's get to it. AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers go into New England to take on Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and some people would say the equipment managers and audio people, have been accused of messing with audio and things like that there too.
Oh, they wouldn't do that.
And actually, Tomlin, I think, once said every time we go to New England, we have some sort of issue. But anyway. All right, so what do you see as the keys for this game?
Definitely, for Pittsburgh, they got to get pressure on Brady. I thought we saw last week by Houston, when you get to hit Brady and hit him again and hit him again, at one point he was so frustrated with getting hit, he wasn't even playing football half the time.
Right.
Now, granted, Houston's defensive line with Merciless and Clowney.
Gamecock. Go ahead.
Yeah, whatever. Is second to none and nobody in the league, but somehow Pittsburgh's got to figure out a way to shake Brady off this pedestal. Now, with that being said, Pittsburgh's secondary isn't stellar, but New England's wide receivers aren't stellar either. So you kind of got not an easy, but an even matchup with secondary and wide receivers. So Pittsburgh's advantage is to get off the quarterback and make Brady uncomfortable back there.
Yeah. But with New England's receivers, they're not really they don't have to win their matchup to be successful. It's all about precision.
Yeah, it is.
And the Steelers don't have anybody who can rush the passer the way the Texans can, I think.
No, they can't rush it like the Texans can.
Can you get Brady off his spot?
Yeah, they're going to have to scheme somehow and get it. Either that's an uneven blitz, a zone blitz, or something like that. But they're going to have to do something. You can't let Tom Brady sit back there and just throw darts, because if he starts getting comfortable, especially in New England, if he gets comfortable, that offense gets to rolling, and then you're going to have a shootout. I think Pittsburgh will be able to move the ball on New England. Le'Veon Bell is just having a ridiculous playoff run. So I really think that they're going to have some success running the ball. But Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick loves to take one phase of the game away from you.
Yeah.
He'll either take away your favorite wide receiver, or he'll shut your run down, and then he's going to force you to beat him the other way. With that being said, if there's any team in the league that you can say, okay, we're going to shut Le'Veon Bell down, pass the ball, and beat us, it's going to be the Steelers. Or if you're going to jam up Antonio Brown and double him over the top and say, now run the ball and beat us, they can still do it and beat you.
Right.
I believe in Pittsburgh's offense. I just don't believe in their defense. Now, they've shown up a couple of times during the playoffs, but I don't know if they can keep it up for 4 quarters to get Tom Brady in New England.
Well, and to your point, they'll move the ball. They'll have the yards. I think for me, the key is going to be
getting in the end zone.
Pittsburgh doing the red zone, because New England's the master of situational football, right? Yeah. They're the master of that key third down play. They win a high percentage of those, stop touchdowns and make them field goals, and that's why they've had such success and been so consistent, is they win the situational. They may not win the yardage battle, they may not shut down your offense, but they just win situations because they're so prepared. And they know what plays you run in these situations. So can Ben avoid turnovers in the red zone?
Yeah, Ben's going to have to avoid them this week. Turnovers will be costly because New England, like you said, they capitalize on those mistakes that you make so much. So field goals aren't going to cut it this week. I promise you 6 field goals ain't going to get it this week. You're going to have to get the ball in the end zone, not like last week.
Oh, yeah.
I really think they need to lean on the running game more this week and use the passing game to complement it. That's just me. I think I would run more Le'Veon Bell than I would throw. If so, I take my chances deep on New England.
Yeah.
Defensive line, the front seven is still pretty solid for New England. So I'd take my chances with the secondary. I'd go deep on them if I was going to try to attack them. But I would depend on Le'Veon Bell to move the ball the majority of the time.
Yeah, and that'll keep Brady on the sideline too.
Exactly. That's exactly
the thing. So who are you picking?
Man, it's a tough one, man. I mean, my heart's telling me Pittsburgh can pull it out, but man, to me, I always say that going to New England is like going to the Boston Garden during the '80s, man. I mean, you better blow them out because if it's a close game, they're gonna find out a way to sneak it out of there. But I'm gonna I'm gonna let my heart pull me on this one. I'm gonna say the Steelers are gonna go in there and pull this one out. I think they can go in there and pull this one out, and I'm gonna go for the Steelers this week, and I'm gonna say the Steelers are gonna do it.
Okay, all right. So you and Elsa have the same Super Bowl pick here.
But she's a smart young lady, so that happens.
She also thinks that the Panthers are going to be back in the Super Bowl next year. So, trying to tell otherwise, but she'll learn. Gosh, this is hard.
Yeah, that's a tough game.
Yeah, if Gronk was there,
yeah,
more likely to pick New England, but man, it just feels like this Pittsburgh team, I don't know, it just feels like they've kind of got things in line and got things rolling. I know this whole Facebook Live stuff, but I don't think that's really going to be much of an issue.
I don't think that's going to be
If anything, it's going to help guys kind of refocus on, let me make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Obviously, they have the explosiveness that New England maybe doesn't have, especially without Gronk. So I am going to go with Tomlin and the Steelers. I think last week not being able to get in the end zone was an anomaly. I think they'll clean up some things, kind of self-scout, finish off, a couple drives that they probably should have finished last week. And I think they get it done and go to Houston, Pittsburgh against the Falcons. Man, wow, Steelers and Falcons,
who picked that at the beginning of the season? Huh? Who picked that one at the beginning of the season? That's interesting.
So, anyway, we do appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you click the like button. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, all right? And visit us at caneice.com. And we will come back with a Super Bowl, of course, extravaganza show. And Kane, what do you want to leave the people with going into the championship game weekend?
Should be an exciting one, man. All the fan bases are juiced. I just think Atlanta's just going to be super hype. I mean, you're closing the dome. You've got, if you've never been to a football game in the dome, the place is just loud. And during you can imagine during the NFC, they're about to close this building. Last game in the dome, they're going to be hyped. And then you've got in the AFC, you've got probably the two best quarterbacks in the league. Arguably going at it. Both of them have good offenses. Both of them have okay defenses, situational defenses. Only thing is, it's in New England, so this is for all the marbles. Should be an exciting weekend, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so, make sure you guys check it out. Follow us on Twitter, Kane_Ice. We'll be tweeting live during the games, and talking trash to other people.
Be ready.
In, or hit us up anytime. You don't have to wait till game time. Hit us up anytime, and subscribe. Like I said, tell your friends about us. And we're going to have some giveaways and some other things coming soon. So stick with us. As we try to grow on this new medium on YouTube and make some things happen. All right. So thanks, everybody. And have a good week. Enjoy your football.